How's it going, guys? It's your boy Roar. We're checking out Punkey Doodles. I just noticed this compilation pop up: Fractured Fairytales and Faulty Folklore. A Doodles mashup, audio done by Zach Speaks Giant. Awesome stuff. If you guys have seen any of these, you know what to expect. If you haven't, check it out. It's really, really funny. Some of it's related to D&D campaigns, but a lot of it is like, hey, I got this idea for this type of crazy folklore, this funny story, and the stuff they come up with is pretty good. So link to this, of course, is going to be in the description. Support these people if you enjoy their stuff. Let's see how good old... I don't know why my brain is forgetting this. Not Michael Myers. No, not Michael Myers. Jason Voorhees. There we go. Jason Voorhees. I'm so sorry. You can punch me in the face. That's fine. Jason Voorhees. Let's see how his story gets messed with.
There's a serial killer in your town. Unfortunately for them, you are a necromancer, and you are having fun driving that maniac insane. Okay, listen. I need you to do me a favor. So the guy who killed you has actually killed a lot of people in town. Why has no one noticed? I'm glad you asked. It's because every time I bring them back. Now listen, dying had to suck, right? Right, but I fixed it, and I will continue fixing it. So please, don't tell the cops about the serial killer.
What? He's just gonna go around?
No, I get it. Listen, I understand. You don't want them to hurt more people. But listen, I will keep fixing it, right? Just listen.
Insane!
Just listen, when they see you again tomorrow, wouldn't it be so funny if you acted like nothing happened? Just to f*** with them, right? Fairytales.
That's so interesting. But yeah, it's really messed up because those are people. Wow. Wow. Because they've never encountered that, as much as the serial killers have been in plenty of alternate universes where they have immortality or they're able to come back to life. They never do that with they never try to go that psychological route of like, let's mess with the killer. Sometimes they'll bring people back, right, to be like, hey, I'm not really dead, round 2. But yeah, to have it mess with them psychologically, that's very interesting.
In fantasy, 2 types of people go in towers: princesses and wizards. Princesses.
Wait. Let me think about that for a second. You can't just run that by me all willy-nilly. 2 types of people go into towers: princesses and wizards. Yeah, or like evil warlords that sit around all day. Yeah. Huh.
Princesses and wizards. Princesses are placed there against their will or with the intention of keeping them safe. This is very different from wizards who seek out towers to hone their sorcery in solitude. I would like...
That's interesting. Yeah, that is true, because really they're only there to be held captive or to keep you safe. Ergo, Rapunzel. But then wizards normally seek out that place in order to be alone. Wow.
Like a story where a princess is placed in an abandoned tower that used to belong to a wizard, and so she spends long years learning the craft of wizardry from the scraps left behind and becomes the most powerful magic wielder the world has seen in centuries, bursts out of the tower and wreaks glorious, bloody vengeance on the fools that imprisoned her. That would be my kind of story.
Dude, why hasn't that happened already? That would be awesome. I think that's so cool too, with like the reality of, you know, what's left behind. You know, you might not get the whole picture of what is available to you from the wizard that used to be there, but you use what you can and you practice it over the years and years and years that you would be there anyway. That's so cool. I want that.
Goth in the woods that keeps answering the door and sighing and going, "No, I'm not the witch. He lives over there," and points across the street to a dazzlingly pretty boy wearing a gold waistcoat who's waving excitedly at them. This happens 268 times a month. You have many...
What? Wait, so the story is about, like, the neighbor of the person they're actually looking for, but she looks like the witch, and she's like, "No, I'm not. It's that guy." Well, I'd be nervous about that witch then. He doesn't look like the kind of person I'd expect to witch things. Also, can you be a witch if you're a guy? I don't even know what the rules are anymore. I thought witch was lady, wizard was guy. I don't know. Tell me in the comments.
Waving excitedly at them. This happens 268 times a month. You have many of the abilities of a Disney princess. You can talk to animals, people burst into song around you, and it seems every other day a Prince Charming type falls madly in love with you. As well.
So you're like, oh, wait, hold on. I was just trying to think as you're giving me these short little bite-sized deals. So Yeah, you're just irresistible and you're connected to nature and everybody loves you. Okay.
As one of the most feared enforcers in New York, it's tough, but you make it work. How did you know? He squeals, on his knees and shake it. Your finger tightens around the trigger. A little birdie told me.
Oh my gosh. A little birdie told me where to find you, Valentino. So sorry, but you're gonna be sleeping with the fishes. And they only talk to me. And they're telling me they're hungry, Valentino. Oh my gosh. That's funny. As one of the most feared enforcers in New York. Is she like crying out her right eye? Is that how there's that give and take? She's such a sweetheart, but she is this violent person. So it's like combating against her body. Well, then I just wonder, are these guys just ready to burst out into song any chance that she gets? Are they trying? Is it like you have to pee really bad if you're around this person and but you feel like you have to sing? Like you feel like you just have to. You have to burst out into song, but you try and keep it together. That's so funny.
In New York, it's tough, but you make it work. How did you know? He squeals, on his knees and shake it. Your finger tightens around the trigger. A little birdie told me. A fair maiden knocks on the Goth lady's door and says she's here to find love. The Goth sighs, points across the road and says, the witch is over there. He doesn't do love potions because consent, but he might be able to make you prettier, although 90% of the time it turns out the spell didn't do anything but make you more confident. Maiden blushes and sheepishly explains that she knows he's the witch. She just talked to him and he sent her over here. Goth looks over her shoulder to see the Kimbo witch standing outside his house giving her a grin and a double thumbs up. Warlock
What the hell? That's actually really funny because, yeah, what a nice twist. No, that's not the one I was looking for. I was looking for you. But isn't that so interesting, too, that in a lot of those stories, it might seem like you're kind of forcing someone to love somebody else, but it's really like, no, it's just in one way or another boosting your confidence, and then that's what actually hits. I feel like that's one of the elements of love stories that a lot of people don't really value much anymore, even though the reality is, truly, if you are a confident person and you're not like this terrible, awful, person who is confident in being terrible and awful, who you are is going to appeal to the people who like you and not to those who don't. So you don't have to like change anything, really. I say this as someone who has been thoroughly confused that I've had any successful relationships to any degree. You know what I mean? So I get the immediate like, oh, is it that simple? Yes, it is. So anyway.
Patron idea. While putting your favorite condom...
Wait, warlock... Wait, what?
...his house, giving her a grin and a double thumbs up. Warlock
patron idea. Okay.
Patron idea. While putting your favorite condiment on a sandwich, you accidentally make a magical occult symbol and summon a demon.
Okay. I'm following you so far. I've seen that kind of thing generally talked about. Like accidentally making something that summons something. Okay.
You suddenly take out 2 more slices of bread out of the package and make another sandwich. You put it on a plate with a handful of potato chips and hand it over to the demon. He takes it.
Okay, well, that's courteous. You decide to make him a sandwich so long as he's there. You're like, hey, you're in my house. I'm a courteous person. I'm going to give you some food. He takes the sandwich.
The sandwich smiles and vanishes in a puff of demonic smoke. The next day, you get that job promotion you were after. There was no contract, no word spoken. You owe nothing. Every now and then, another demon pops in for lunch. Demons don't often get homemade sandwiches. The character concept.
Wow. So you were nice to them, so then they kind of move things along in your life, and you don't even owe anything, unlike how most of the, quote, demonic summoning stuff goes, where it's like, it's almost a monkey's paw, where it's like, sure, you got that promotion, but that means you got the promotion to manager of the morgue. And it's like, it's supposed to be, there's this horrible, awful price that you have to pay for that. But then because they don't ever get homemade sandwiches, you just have to give them lunch every so often. That's almost a really nice way of all those eldritch horror things where it's like you keep getting power from this evil entity, but then every few years or so you have to feed it. That's so fun. I love that idea, though, that all of that comes up by accident because you're making a sandwich. That's fun. That could easily be an anime concept.
Woman makes deal with demon to have its child in exchange for eternal life or some shit. Woman.
Wait. He's talking so fast, and I'm the guy who writes lyrics for fun.
Concept. Woman makes deal with demon to have its.
Woman makes a deal to have its child. Okay.
Child in exchange for eternal life.
In exchange for eternal life. My brain's not working right now. The exchange is you get eternal life? Because the demon already has eternal life. Is he wanting a kid? And she's like, cool, I'll sire your kid, whatever, so long as I get eternal life.
Woman then makes deal with witch and offers her firstborn for, like, riches or something. Woman dumps demon baby on witch, absconds with her winnings, and leaves witch and demon fighting for custody.
Wait. Hold on. So you give the witch your firstborn for other stuff and then just leave. What makes me disgusted about that is how much the court systems are kind of that shitty. And I say this as someone who knows people who had the most ridiculous child custody battles. That's so gross. I want to see where the funny resolution is, though.
Woman dumps demon baby on witch, absconds with her winnings, and leaves witch and demon fighting for custody. Half demon baby grows up learning magic and visiting hell on weekends and every second Christmas. I think.
Okay, so at least they came to a good agreement. I hate that, though.
It would be very funny for, like, characters in a fantasy setting to walk into a pub to try to order, and the bartender sighs and goes, species and age, while pulling out a massive book holding the drinking age for every type of species.
Wait. Why would you have all these different ages necessary for... I guess. Yeah, because they grew, if all these species grew up, there had to be a point where they couldn't have alcohol. Interesting.
About to sing alcohol. Hey, my
Wait, but then the elf is like 100. You have to be 100 years old. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can see how that'd be a little bit frustrating.
age for every type of species capable of purchasing alcohol. Hey, my hot water doesn't work. Landlord. Not my domain. Firelord. No mine. What? Waterlord, rising up out of the sink. Who dares disrupt the mighty Waterlord, god of the seven seas? I do. My hot water doesn't work. Oh, for real? I'll call the plumber. Hello, sir.
Okay. I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
May I have your name? No, you may not have my name, but you may call me John. Sir, this is a DMV, and I am not a faye. Oh, then you wouldn't mind holding this iron horseshoe, right? I took Elvish.
What? Hold on, I'm stupid. I gotta figure this out here.
For real? I'll call the plumber. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
May I have your name? No, you may not have my name, but you may call me John.
Is there some witchy thing where the fae can like steal your soul if it knows what your name is? I thought the joke they were gonna do here is, can I have your name? Like, can I have your last name? Like, I like you and I want to marry you and take your last name.
So this is a DMV, and I am not a fae.
Oh, maybe that's why he said, no, you can't have my name, but you can call me John. She's like, I'm not a fae. Like, what are you thinking? Okay.
Oh, then you wouldn't mind holding this iron horseshoe, right?
So then what does iron horseshoes have to do with the fae? I'm sure it's a superstition or something. I never heard of that one.
I took Elvish in school, and I fucking hated it. The teacher was like 700 years old, and he'd take us on field trips to sit on the banks of a babbling brook and watch the fall of sunlight through the leaves. My friends in Spanish class were like conjugating verbs and shit, and meanwhile I was in an old-growth forest being overcome with awe at the sight of a majestic stag. Like, yeah, Mr. Autumnheart. When are we going to learn, like, any grammar? Listen to the murmur of the wind in the treetops, and you shall find the grammar you seek. Like, fuck, dude, your pedagogy leaves much to be desired. Werewolf.
So, okay, that's funny on two folds. I didn't know if this guy was in a tongue-in-cheek way being like, I want to just learn like normal school does. And the joke is obviously the way that that Autumnheart was doing it was, hey, you're out in nature looking at cool stuff. That should be more than enough that you'd want to waste your day on, instead of in a boring book. But then he's too preoccupied with ogling over nature to actually teach him anything. That's funny.
About to devour me. Me.
Okay.
Makes throwing motion. Did you just pretend to toss a ball hoping I'd chase it so you could escape? No? I'll be right back. So
Yeah. Okay, I love that. I love that idea that it's like the dog, like, did you throw the ball? Well, I gotta go check. That's funny.
you see, said the royal advisor, wringing his hands, the curse states that the princess will die on the night before her 25th birthday. Hang on, said the princess.
What is it with her looking nothing like her parents?
On the night before? The advisor nodded grimly. So what you're saying is that until that one specific date, I am effectively immortal. Technically, yes, but
Whoa.
then the king stammered. Wow, said the princess, who was 16 and did not possess amazing impulse control.
Oh,
I'm gonna go teach myself how to juggle chainsaws while hang gliding over shark-infested waters. Catch you chuckleheads later. The faye.
That is a really interesting way of flipping that. Like, well, hey, if I'm supposed to die on the night before my 21st and I'm 16, why can't I do whatever I want? Just saying. That's interesting.
It's such a bad rap. I'm not going to steal your soul. I'm going to
Hey, I knew it. I thought there was something about Faye that I kind of remembered stealing your soul.
purchase it at fair market value. Don't be so dramatic. The fact that the current going rate of a human soul is roughly 1 enchanted pastry is really more of a you prop. Okay.
Wait, in what frame of reference is that pastry enchanted? There's a lot of ways you can enchant a pastry. I should know. So in what way are we talking here? Because that could mean that it is a very expensive pastry. Just saying.
So let me get this straight. We're here to rescue a princess. That's right.
Okay.
At the request of a princess.
Ooh. I'm sorry. Little Freudian slip right there. Just for the half moment that I saw that lady, she looked really nice. Let's dial it back here.
Okay, so let me get this straight. We're here to rescue a princess. That's right.
Dang. Nice. Looking good. Love that hair. Love whatever ladies do to get the hair like that. And then her whole getup. Nice. Okay. That was extremely confusing. But that was kind of funny. Anyway, I jumped into the next video on accident. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please check out the link in the description if you enjoyed Punkey Doodles and that narration. Really, really funny stuff. They have so much good content. If you haven't seen them before, you need to go check it out. And that's all I got to say about that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.